Hello, how's everybody doing today? Well, I did some channeling last night, and I've been having like massive downloads. I don't know if anybody else is getting these massive downloads, but it's like when I get on, it's just like free flowing. It's just like it's channeling through me. It's saying what I need to say. It's telling me what I need to say. So that's what I need to do right now. I need to keep talking. I need to keep giving the message out because there's some things going on that a lot of us don't understand. We're still trying to figure it out. But we know that October 4th is coming, and we've heard a lot about October 4th. I am getting the same downloads as everybody else, and I also talked to a few other people. I would shut your cell phone off between 2 and 4 on October 4th. And if it doesn't happen on October 4th, it's supposed to happen around October 11th, but they're going to do the EBS. And that is a sound frequency that is going to interfere with a lot of things. And we don't want it to interfere with us. So my advice to you, and I'm going to do it, I'm actually just going to go outside unless it's storming, but I'm going to get away from all my digital stuff, radio, cell phone, TV, anything between 2 and 4 on October 4th. It's going to be long because there's different time zones. So they're going to be putting this frequency out of noise, of sound for a long time and maybe an hour or two. And I don't think it's going to be good. So let's keep positive and let's be spreading this. It won't hurt anybody to shut your phone down for 2 hours that day. And if it doesn't happen that day, it's supposedly around the 11th. Just keep an eye out because they've been telling you when they're going to do it. So let's get into this reading and let's see where it takes us. These cards have been just flying out like me. I want to be heard. I want to be heard. So they're going to be heard. Any card that flies out is going to be heard. The card that I hold is the Destiny. And that's a number 16. That's a number 5. That's change. We're going to change. Things are changing. It's never going to go back to the way it was. We have to remember that. And we have to keep we need to observe what's going on around us and the people around us and what's happening. We have to protect ourselves. This card is amazing. What's interesting to me about this card is it's got the golden egg again with snake around it and a portal right here with energy, with light. It's grounded, so it's on the ground. It's not in the sky. But the golden egg is being guarded by the snake above it. And we've talked about the golden egg. She is blind, but now that third eye is open. But the eagle is over her crown. The eyes of an eagle. We got the bells again. We've got feathers. And she's got an energy aura all around her crown. So destiny. So what is our destiny? Have we ever thought about that? We do have a destiny on this planet. We are here for something, whether we think so or not. We're not just here to bake cookies, make lunch, and go to work. There's something that we're supposed to do. And soon we will remember what we're supposed to do. Your destiny is to become whole and connected. Your destiny is to lead a life with meaning and purpose. Step inside and explore heart and mind. Discover your gifts and talents, a sense of purpose and confidence. Ancestral healing may be required. We have some ancestry downloads right now going on. I've been doing a lot of dreaming about some of my ancestors. And I think that they're trying to help us. They're trying to give us guidance. Break the chain. Remember your dreams. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Sometimes the most important destiny remains hidden. Your destiny may influence generations to come. Overcome the trials and obstacles. We have those trigger points right now. And what I am suggesting to anybody, and this is what I'm doing, when I have a trigger moment, I'm talking it out. I'm going back, I'm observing it, I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to tell myself that it is a trigger moment and it's my trigger moment. And I have to work it out. So you have to observe it, you have to work it out, you have to release it, and you have to go on. We can't hang on to those trigger moments. We're going to have many, many, many trigger moments. We can't hang on to them because we have a destiny. We have something we have to do. And if we let those trigger moments bother us and do things to us, we'll go back into the cocoon and we won't be the butterfly. The destiny card represents the eighth reason for being, to embrace your destiny. Your destiny is twofold. You have a universal destiny and a personal destiny. Your universal destiny is to become whole and connected, to find your center, to overcome all the destroys your peace, to face your fears, let go of hurts, and love yourself and your life with unreserved delight. That's what I feel. If you don't love your life, we have to change it. You're the only one that can fix your life. No one else can fix our life for us. We have to fix it because no one else knows what we love. We're all different. We're all unique. You can say, "Oh, I love that person's personality," but and I'll find another. You won't find another person like that. You won't find another Fawn. You won't find another Debbie. You won't find another Jenny. You won't find another person like that because they're unique in their own way. You could find little pieces of that person in somebody, maybe their beliefs and stuff, but you won't find their heart. You won't find their soul with that person. It's separate. It's all one, but it's separate. You also have a personal destiny, and that destiny involves seeking and following your bliss. Your destiny is to find and lead a life that has meaning and purpose, but your destiny is not going to be found out there in the world. You know what's interesting about that? I was just thinking about that the other day. A lot of the music that I listen to, it's like they'll say, I was when I left you, I was lost, but now I'm found. When we get into a relationship with somebody or we're intermingled with people and we're followers, we are not we didn't find ourselves. We went along with the crowd. We had everybody else with us. We were them and we were us. We weren't ourselves. So when I lost you, I found myself. Yeah, because you didn't have that other person's persona going into you, because when you're a couple you have a lot of traits. You're with each other all the time, so things rub off on you. So you're not your uniqueness. So when you lost the other person, that's when you found you. That's when you could be just you and make your personal bliss, not someone else's. So I noticed that a lot. And the one song that I had this dream where I was dancing with somebody in the sky, and I heard a lyric to a song, which I wasn't sure about the song. And it was Train. I'm not familiar with this group, Train, and it was Tears of Jupiter. And I have it on my playlist. I listen to it a lot because it's a message to me. Um, it was interesting, that song. It was talking about have you found yourself yet? And you've been looking outside of yourself, and it's just, go look at the lyrics and listen to the song and you'll see what I'm talking about. It was really it's really interesting how I had the dream and some of the lyrics come up and then the song and the words to the song. It made a lot of sense to me, put it that way. Your destiny is not going to be found out there in the world. You must step inside and explore your heart and mind. Your destiny is not predetermined. It is a choice you will make based on your inherent gifts and talents. To meet your destiny, you must first discover and recognize what those gifts and talents are, and then work to use them for the benefit of self and others. To know you have a destiny or multiple destinies can give a sense of purpose and confidence. It can bring you joy, peace, and fulfillment. However, your journey toward meeting your destiny can be full of obstacles and trials. Like the quest of old, this is your quest, but instead of seeking an intangible holy grail, you move towards something tangible and real. There are activities and interests that inspire your passion and love that make you feel complete and imbue you with a sense of rightness. It is these things that you are destined to do. It could be gardening, it could be painting, it could be fixing broken things and repurposing them. It could be healing, it could be protection, it could be anything. But the key to recognizing it is how it makes you feel and what you are willing to do in order to make it a key part of your life. You are never too old or too young to seek your divine purpose. That is a great message for today. I think we all need that kind of a message. We all have a divine purpose and we have to quit following the crowd because we won't find it out there. We'll find it within. When we go within, we'll find it. And I always pull a clarifier for that. So the clarifier, find it, was interesting. It was Eight of Wands. It was travel. Take a breath before saying yes to all offers. Choose carefully, and you won't waste energy or time running in circles. All aspects of your life, from love to family, work to creative projects, speed up under the influence of this eight. Delays are done with a decision as decisions are made. Words turn into actions, projects, and travel plans fire up. And you find yourself fielding more calls, emails, social engagements, and meetings than ever before. This is an exciting, if bewildering time when everything happens at once. You'll be in constant demand. Remember, just take a break. If you're in constant demand, just take a break once in a while because we all need that. I know people love us, but sometimes we just have to take a deep breath and take some time for ourselves. So that's self-love. This is a beautiful card. This is the Faith card. Now, those were two major arcana cards that come out. We get a lot of major arcana. She is amazing. She's got the lotus flower in her hand. She's got the golden wings. She's got the eye over her. Her third eye on her forehead looks crystallized. She's riding on a turtle. She's got a trail behind her. She's traveling. She's got faith. She's got all her protection. She's got her golden wings. Her eyes are wide open, and she's got the lotus flower near, right at her heart. And her dress is kind of gold, like a light golden. Okay, let's see what faith brings. We got destiny and faith. Faith in our destiny. Faith is beautiful. Self-belief helps you to overcome. Self-belief and faith inspire confidence. Doubt breeds mistakes. Cruel words can do lasting harm. Do not give up because of the past mistakes. Be kind and supportive. Set yourself believable goals. You matter. You are enough. You are not alone. Do not be unkind because others have been unkind to you. Take delight in compliments. To have faith, the eight of the influence cards, is a beautiful thing. It inspires a feeling of serenity that is unshakable. With faith comes a level of self-confidence that sees you capable of overcoming all that life throws you. To have self-belief gives you confidence when facing new and challenging situations. When out in a social setting, you are comfortable to be yourself. Having self-belief allows you to enjoy life more because you are less troubled by insecurity. You know what's interesting about what they just said? I was thinking about that yesterday when we talked about ego. and the people that are taking pictures of themselves in the mirror and this and that. But but I also thought, you know what though, when you walk with confidence and you know that you are beautiful inside and out, that's that's the ego you want. That's the beauty you want, not the self-pride. It's not about self-pride. It's about self-confidence. That's a great takeaway from this. With faith in yourself and your abilities, you stand a greater chance of having a successful career. You are more confident in taking well considered risks. You are healthier and happier because you are under less pressure and emotional and mental stress. In turn, your relationship with others will be better also. On the other hand, a lack of self belief or faith can be seen in our moods. The way we speak about others, our body language, actions, without faith and belief in self, every decision can become an almost excruciating process. If you do not believe that you will succeed or do well, then sadly, there is an increased chance that you will not. Doubt and lack of faith breeds mistakes, procrastination, and self sabotage. But know this, you are not unimportant. You are somebody. You are unique. You have gifts. You have strengths. You have talents. You are bright with potential. And if you believe in yourself, you will shine. A little belief can go a long way. With faith and self-belief, you can accomplish great things, even miracles. Yes, we can. We have to have we have to believe in ourselves. We can't believe in anything that comes out of someone else's mouth because it's just their opinion. Everybody can have an opinion. The clarifier card for the faith card was interesting. It was the Seven of Pentacles. It was potential. And they said that we all have potential. And it says, don't doubt your abilities or your path you have chosen. Keep going. You're on track for success. You know, I've been around a lot of people that procrastinate. I've even procrastinated. I think we all do it, but there's some that really procrastinate. I mean, years down the road, they're still talking about the same thing that they've got to do. And that's not a good way to be because, oh boy, you get nothing done. If you look around their setting, their home, their place, their work, everything that they do, and they procrastinate, it shows everywhere. You can see they do nothing because they just talk about it and they're going to do it and they're someday going to do it and they just don't want to do it. And that's up to them. If they want to live in that world, go ahead. It's not a good world to live in, but it's up to them. Now this little gal, this Ten of Earth, I've had her before and I love her. Look at her, she's taking that mask off. She's got her little dragon with his staff. Her third eye's covered with crystalline. It's her crown is lit up. She's got a deer behind her over here. She's got nature. She look at her. She's like, I am not listening to you. I'm taking this mask off. Because you know what? Because I can. Because it's my life. It's my story. Love that. I love the personality that she brings to the table. A time of reward. Everything is coming together. Move through life with surety. Understand your place and purpose. Do not be daunted by change. Strength gained from experience. Why do you feel a lack, dissatisfaction, and discomfort? The Ten of Earth symbolizes all aspects of life coming together as a whole. Career, home, and family all are in harmony. Years of dedicated service to family, career, and community have prepared the highest of rewards. The love, respect, and trust of family and peers. This love, respect, and trust are a reflection of what is felt within and inspired a sense of well-being and contentness that enables one to move through life with both grace and ease. The Ten of Earth is an affirming card. If it appears in your reading, it signifies a time of reward. It also asks, have you embraced the highest of ideals, to lead a fulfilled life spent doing something you love, to raise your children to become happy, confident adults, and to know and understand your place and purpose. At this time, be sure to remove all masks and show your true self to the world. Authenticity is a quality admired by many. Live your life undaunted by change, also, and know that you have been made stronger by your past experiences. Know whatever the challenge might be, you will find your center and move forward in a fearless manner. We have got to get balanced. Keep saying that, and the cards keep telling us if we have turmoil in our life, we have to work on that trigger moment, and we can't sit on it and procrastinate it and say, I'm just going to work on it a little bit a day, maybe 5 years down the road, I'll be okay. We can't do that. We have to work on it when it happens, and we have to work it through, and we have to release it. That's the only way that we can do that. If we don't, it will tell in our whole world around us. You will be able to tell that person that procrastinated everything, waited for a hero, and did nothing for themselves. The card that I got with that is the 15, the vortex, the temptation. And that's another major arcana. If you decide it's time to break an agreement or habit, do it. It will be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dictate who you are. Take back your power. This is telling you that if you are trapped in this vortex of everything we just talked about, your destiny, your potential, your achievements are not going to come to fruition. You are going to be in a stagnated state. Take the mask off, take responsibility. You have a destiny. Get up off the couch and do it. We all have to. These cards are basically spelling it out. You can't get any clearer than what those cards just said, and every one of them pretty much said the same thing. Now that we got those out of the way, our little to me, that's kind of a little channel of things that need to happen. We got some beautiful Gateway of Light activation cards, and only two came out. I always ask Source, just keep, I'm going to keep shuffling. When I feel comfortable, I'm going to stop, because you'll tell me when I need to stop. So I did get two cards. I got the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. And that is what we are going for. This is a beautiful card. And that reminds me of the Shangri-La City of Gold in the back, where at pure of heart, we will be the master of our story. That's what I'm getting off that card. Now, the Akashic is a Sanskrit word that means ether or sky-based. And as explained above, the Akashic records are a compendium of universal events, experiences, and lifetimes held in the spiritual realm. One of the founders of the Theosophy described them as indestructible tablets of the astral light. We can visit the Akashic records in dreams, visions, and meditations. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all the events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetime pasts. Connect. Ask your angels and guides to direct you to the energy of the Akashic records. If you are feeling stuck or unsure, ask the records to reveal to you any essential soul lessons or information so that you can fulfill your purpose during this lifetime. Your message. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or older aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecisions. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in particular directions, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson. And it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energy of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but old energy, because releasing from your energy body, call in angels to shine their light on any repressed fears, energies, and stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. That is a great message. We just got clarification on that channeling that I got with all these cards. And I got one more card. And this card, I can feel the butterflies in my heart when I look at this card. I can feel the energy now from the cards when they are supposed to mean something very, like, we need to take really good looks at that card. This is the higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love. Your heart is healed. The beautiful pinks, the portal, the clouds. It's almost like my dream, other than I'm in a crystal room. It's almost like my dream when I walk in to the portal and I'm flying through the clouds and things are coming to me. I'm going into little like movie studios and seeing parts of my life and seeing things that I need to see for the future events, things that I need to see for the past that I need to release. That's what that card, I just still feel it. I still feel the fluttering in my heart from this card. The higher heart chakra is the most ascending form of the heart chakra. It's found in the center of the chest in the heart region and is seen clairvoyantly as a pink color. The reason that this energy center is pink is because it's the opposite complementary of green, which is red. When the a little bug around me. With the white light of spirit, which is red is which with the white light of spirit, through this stargate of the heart, we have the potential. We're getting potential a lot. We have the potential to do everything. To connect with divine love, the love that exists in all things, and experience the heaven within. The card transports us to the higher heart space. We can recognize that love is not an external essence, but a light we hold within. It has been there through every lifetime. When the higher heart becomes active, it's a recognition that the search of love has ended and the excavation of the heart has finally begun. Connect. Place your hand on your heart and affirm, I am love. Love is my truth. Love is my inheritance. I allow love to be my experience. I am love. Your message. You have experienced much fear, separation, and heartache in your lifetime. This has encouraged you to close off and shield yourself from possible hurt. For a long time, you've been trying to open yourself back up, but have been concerned about being far too vulnerable. This card shows you have realized that love isn't something you have to work for or search for, but your divine inheritance. You have also recognized that this energy isn't something that comes through relationships or external experiences, but is your natural state of being. The more you close off, the more you close off from your true self. The more you drop your shields, the more love is revealed. The more you express the love you are, the more it is reflected back to you. Love is your truth. Oh my goodness, I have like goosebumps, butterflies. I just, I feel so calm and serene with this card. It is just, uh, I can feel the love. I really literally can feel the love just pounding in my chest. That was amazing. I also got a number 13. Rise above the dark days of life. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. Number 13, 4. That is a beautiful card. She is looking out and she is prepared for anything. She is prepared to fight for everything she is. That's what I look at that. You have had your share of good and bad times. Night falls cool and gray. The day will dawn, bringing the sun and light, warm, soft, and healing on the skin. Do not struggle when there is nothing to struggle against. You are neither night nor day, but instead you rise serenely above both. You are neither darkness nor light. You simply absorb them and transform them into something new. There is nothing that the outside world can give you. The only thing that matters are the light in your heart and the voice of your soul. Meditate in silence and without distraction from thoughts of anger, rage, or sadness. Rise above these feelings. You are not your rage or your anger, nor your sadness that tries to make you feel bad about yourself. You are always the person you decide to be, the person you want to be. This is always within your power. The warrior within you is a servant of the light and brings you centeredness and meditation. Your inner warrior will light. Your light is source of wisdom and stillness, bringing every weapon to bear to shatter the shadow of depression. When its icy hands reach out for you, connect powerful with the resistance of your inner warrior. Do not reject it. This part of you is blessed with knowledge and is more familiar with peace than any other, precisely because it is this aspect of your personality that protects peace within you. Warriors rise calmly above all potential threats because they know fear. They know it so intimately that it holds no longer holds any fear for them. Okay, I want to reread that last sentence, and I want you to think about it when I read this. Warriors rise calmly above all potential threats because they know fear. They know it so intimately that it holds no longer holds any fear for them. Fear, procrastination, anger, it all holds us back. We need to release it. We need to step into the heart space and love no matter what. Now, the uh, soul helper for the next 20, 21 days is the power animal is the panther. The herbal essence oil is the cedar wood. The healing crystal is the snakeskin jasper. And the number is So let's see what the number 4. I'm not going to stop it. I've got little sister bark in the background because we're cleaning up after the hurricane, so there's workers all over the place. But this tends to muffle her. So if there's a little barking, I'm not going to stop it until they go ballistic. So let's see what the number 4 has to say. The number 4 reveals that you need solid structure now more than ever. To feel secure, you need an ordered space. This number brings a sudden burst of energy. Use it to get your life in order. It brings good humor and cheerfulness. Things will be less complicated and life will become easier. Start to be aware of yourself and your body more keenly and take care of your physical needs. Number 4's energy field is the mastery of matter in order to be able to create paradise, fullness, divine order, and manifest. That's a beautiful card. And I want to tell you a little story about that I'm feeling that I need to tell with that card. We went through the hurricane and we have the 8-foot wooden fence that we pieced together. When we bought this property was a mess. Um, We moved from Pennsylvania to Florida, and it was sudden. My husband's disabled. He became disabled in 2016, and he could not handle the cold anymore. We lived in Pennsylvania for a long time. I'm originally from Florida, so I love Florida, and I did not like living. Pennsylvania is beautiful, but I did not like living there. I don't like cold, and I don't like snow. So I tried to get him down to Florida for years, and he wouldn't go. So when he got sick and it got really cold, he's got peripheral neuropathy and he's cold a lot. So he couldn't handle the cold. So he says to me, he said, "Do you want to move to Florida?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, yeah, I've always wanted to move back to Florida, and you know that." He says, I can't handle this. I said, "I don't know if you're going to be able to handle Florida. You're a northern person. You were raised in Pennsylvania, you were born in Pennsylvania, and usually people can't handle living year round in Florida if they're from the north because they don't like the hot all the time." No, no, I want to move to Florida. I said, "Well, we need to think about this." So we had a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, double wide home, 2 car garage, basically almost 3 car garage, big pole building, 3 acres of property, and we were sitting in the country in the middle of nowhere on a dead end road. It was beautiful. We had made it beautiful. We had beautiful gardens and beautiful landscape and a beautiful home. We remodeled it, and it was beautiful. It was just gorgeous. And he says, "Let's move to Florida and let's live in a camper." And I thought to myself, right at that point, we had a 3 bedroom home, 2 bath, all this property. We were just working our fingers to the bone just to maintain all this stuff with 2 people, and we never had kids. So it was just us. And what are we going to leave it to? What are we going to leave it for? What are we taking care of it? Why, you got those rooms where you got crap just in the rooms and you're collecting all this crap for you don't know why. So I'm like, and said to him before, "I'll never live in a little camper. There's no way I could live. It's too small." Because I was used to the big open, space and the home and this and that. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, we're leveling up, which everybody thinks is getting older, but we're leveling up. And why do we want to take care of such a huge place in the cold area and get older, level up, get older and the bones start to hurt and then you're in the cold, and why would we want to do that? So I said, "Well, let's do it. Let's move." So we told everybody we were moving to Florida, and everybody's just like shock and awe because we got married in 85 and we had lived there ever since. So, and I moved back to PA with my father when the divorce went through with my mom and dad in 84. So I had been living back in PA for quite a while, but I had planned on going back to Florida, and then I met my husband. So, and I never made it back. So, anyway, we found a piece of property down here, and we looked to the areas that we didn't want a flood zone. We didn't want a bad hurricane place because I love the beach, but we got hurricanes and you get a lot of problems near the ocean, and it's expensive. So I did a lot of research. I did a lot of looking, and a lot of places in Florida will not let you live in a camper. A lot of places in Pennsylvania, you're not allowed to live in a camper. You have to move it off the property for 3 months, and then you got to bring it back and all kinds of crap. So we found this little area, and it was in the country, and we bought the property. But the problem with the property was it was all grown up. Nobody had been there since I think it was 96. The Google map still shows it all messed up. It was just a trail coming back here. It was all vines. Florida's vines. They filmed the Tarzan in Florida because Florida is just even ground vines. They were everywhere. There was a big 20-foot pool by 10-foot deep. It had uh, the liner was just ripped off, and there was a big hole in the yard. So it was actually we said we were going to purchase it. We talked to the real estate agent. Me and my husband drove down to Florida. The night we pulled in, we drove 18 hours. We pulled in, and we just wanted to cry. We didn't buy it yet, but we were just, oh my God, there's so much. It's like you had to pull just in the front of the property because you couldn't pull in the back. There used to be a double wide here. And the people that lived here, they had rented it out, they moved away, and the people that lived in the double wide just trashed it. So this property was just trashed, but it was a good price. I mean, it was a reasonable price. And we decided, after looking at it and talking to the realtor, and it had a well. Well, it did have a well. It had city water, which we wanted a well. We wanted well water, but it had city water. They made people fill their wells in. We live in the country. We're on the outskirts of town, but they made us people fill their wells in and go on city water. They want to run your life. And there was already electric, hooked. We were on kind of a main road, and there was a septic tank somewhere. We had no idea where, and there was possibilities for the property for the price. So we decided, you know what? Let's buy it. We'll get a camper. We'll get a fifth wheel, and we'll get it moved on. So we got a nice size fifth wheel. Actually, purchased the fifth wheel in Georgia, and the gentleman and his wife were very nice and decided to give us $200 for gas, and we'll drive the fifth wheel down when you're ready for it, and we'll bring it to you. We love that. So it all fell into place and it all worked out. But we swang from vine. My husband's disabled, so he couldn't do as much as he usually can. We swang from vines for 5 months. The neighbor actually was wonderful. We met him like, I think we had been here a week, just sweating our buns off, camping out basically. We were staying at the hotel, but basically we were coming here every day and we were cleaning the property. And the gentleman next door brought us, he says, I think you're going to, that we finally got our camper and we were able to get out of the hotel and go and get our dogs. Our dogs were back in PA with friends at our house. So we worked on the property for a week. We got everything done we needed to do. We had some people come in and try to brush hog some areas so we could get back in the property. And it was just a mess. I mean, there was glass everywhere, oyster shells, tires. It was just a mess. So we got our camper. The gentleman next door hooked us up to his electric, his water, and he said, "You need to take. Yeah, I'm sure you want to take a shower." And it was wonderful for like, I think it was a month and a half. We were hooked up to him because we had nothing. We were just working on the property. We went back to PA and got our dogs, and uh, that was it. So we really started from scratch with this property, and then the hurricane, this last hurricane. Um, it wrecked the property. I mean, it was like when we woke up in the tree the next morning after the hurricane and looked, it was just, here we go again. But we went out and it didn't take us long to clean it. I mean, we had help. We had people that stopped and said, "Hey, you've got a tree over your camper and you're living in it. That's very dangerous. We're going to come here for free. We have the equipment." And he said, "We're going to remove that tree that's over your camper." My heart just fluttered. It was like, oh my goodness, that's like an angel, that was sent to us because we didn't have the money to fix that. We didn't have the money to get a tree company in and move that tree from our camper. We lived paycheck to paycheck. So they come in and just removed part of the tree that was hanging over our camper. So we felt a little more safer because we were able to remove the branch that was through our camper wall and the branch that was in our skylight. My husband had went up and cut that off, but we were walking under this tree trying to pick up brush and clear the place out because our garage was smashed back there. So, and I was getting kind of claustrophobic being in this tree because you couldn't look out the window and see anything. All you could see were tree branches. So it was basically humbling to see somebody help you. And then they left. And across the street, there was another group of tree people that come in from Texas. And they were staying with, actually, we just met them, now friends of ours. And they were staying there while they were helping clear property down here after the hurricane. Well, they had watched what transpired, the gentleman coming in with the thing and clearing off just part of the tree. and they watched us sweating and walking underneath this tree that could roll over and kill us at any time because it was like it had stationary in the ground, but that doesn't mean it can't move. So we were basically putting ourselves in danger, walking underneath this tree and all the debris that we were piling up and trying to move away from the camper and our garage to see what kind of damage we had because the garage was still buried. All of our stuff was in the garage. It was a shed, a big shed. So these gentlemen had seen what was transpiring and that the one tree service only cut a little bit of the tree that was just hanging over our camper, but the rest of the tree was back just off our camper, still hanging. And if it would have fell, it could have pushed into our camper. And us walking underneath this tree trying to clear up the brush, they seen how dangerous it was. And they were watching it and they felt really bad. And they came over, and all of a sudden, we had like 10 or 15 men with chainsaws cutting this tree for us. And I have pictures of them on this tree trying to figure out because the tree, when it stopped, here's our camper, here's our shed, and then we have a satellite dish that is our HughesNet. So this tree had just stopped above our satellite. I mean, just a hair above the satellite dish. So these gentlemen had cut a lot of the tree and they were throwing it in our debris piles. But they got to the satellite and they didn't know how to cut the tree without damaging the satellite. And I said to them, I said, don't worry about it. It's HughesNet. If it gets damaged, it gets damaged. They'll fix it. We need that tree gone because it's dangerous for us. Because my husband had propped up branches, like big long logs underneath it, just in case. So they literally did not touch. This is how good these guys were from Texas. They did not touch the satellite system at all. They got the tree away from it. They cut the whole tree down. And as they were cutting this tree down, because we thought to ourselves, how are we going to get rid of that big, giant blob of root that uprooted this tree, completely uprooted in our yard? And it was huge. I mean, mammoth, just the root system of this tree. We're like, once they cut that, we've got the root system to deal with. It's in our driveway. How are we going to get that out of here? And my husband's like, we'll cut it piece by piece. So as they're cutting it and they get done with it, they're cutting it up. The tree literally stood back up and went back to where it was. So we've got a big, giant stump there. But what we're going to do is put like a little door because that tree basically saved our life. It sounds horrible, like a tree falling on you, and it crushed our garage. It did a lot of damage, but it also saved our life, I think, because like I said yesterday, I feel that that tornado and that wind whipping, if that tree wouldn't have been over our camper holding us down, we would have twirled through the air. We would have got ripped apart and we would have died. So that is that story. But it was almost devastating to see all of the work that we had did on this property just blown away in one day. But as these gentlemen were cleaning, starting to cut this big tree down, we had already piled up a lot of the branches. And what was happening is people were taking it all out to the road, alongside the road. And then they had big tree services trucks coming around that were going to clean it out sooner or later. So everybody had stuff stacked at the end of the road. So these gentlemen, after they had cut the tree down, I didn't realize they were going to clean the whole yard. This is just our front yard. Our backyard wasn't that bad. It had big tree limbs and stuff down, but it wasn't that bad. We do have a chainsaw. We could handle that. So next thing I know, they got the tree down and they cut that up. And next thing I know, they've got a machine they're bringing across the road. And I'm talking to the guy and he says, oh, we're cleaning it all up. I'm like, you got to be kidding. All this brush that we just stacks up. I mean, it was just a trail. We had a trail. We were behind brush completely. They brought this machine in that just like an earth mover that just picked all that brush up and took it right out to the road. And we took pictures. We thanked them. We hugged them. We said they were angels. We gave them the best feedback on Google you could ever imagine. They never charged us at all. And they said they did it because they felt they needed to do it. we just stood in our yard after it was cleared in shock and awe because it would have took us months to move all that brush and to burn all that brush and to get rid of all that brush, just me and my husband. So we were really humbled and grateful for all the help that those gentlemen gave us because all that was left was the raking and the little debris stuff. And we burnt piles and we had the front yard cleared in no time. And the backyard we worked on for a few, like 4 days, and we had that burned up and cleaned up, and we've got piles of logs. So that was an amazing story how people just pitched in and helped for free. You don't get that in this world a lot of times anymore, but when you do get that, it humbles you. So that's where we are. But I feel that those cards are telling us that we have more in us than meets the eye, that we can conquer the worst of things that come our way because we are the warrior within. And with our friends and the people that reached out and helped us, money wise and word wise, and it was just beautiful. And it will be forever in my heart. So I really think that we can all overcome. If we can, me and my husband can overcome, and our three fur babies can overcome a hurricane in a fifth wheel camper, and tornadoes around, and come back out of the depths of the tree and the muck like the lotus flower. We can all overcome anything that comes our way. We just have to pull it out, pull the strength out. We have it inside. Okay, there's my rant, there's my ramble, and I felt I should tell you that because people need to know that they can rise above whatever they can conquer, whatever they put their mind to. Life can be beautiful again, and we're going to make it beautiful again. It'll take time, but it'll be prettier than it was before. So, with that said, I want everybody to know I love you very much. And may every step in your journey be magical. Guess what? Just be you.